Quickly, think of a fact. How sure are you that what you've thought is correct? How sure can you be that you haven't misconstrued some tiny detail, lost due to poor memory or a lack of care? For example, this is the KitKat logo, right? Wrong. But by suggesting that it once was, people can attribute false memories to the image and convince themselves entirely of the truth of a big, fat lie. Today, that's what we're going to be exploring. Can an evaluative social setting coerce individuals into believing something they otherwise wouldn't think to be true? To do this, we are relying on the social phenomenon known as conformity and a little bit of fake news just to be topical. So here's the setup. We conduct the experiments under the guise of a general knowledge quiz. We've recruited students from second and third year to be in on the experiments, who form over half of the quiz group. We have pre-instructed them as to which answers to give to our fake facts. What we're hoping to see is if younger students mimic the answers given by the previous respondents out of a fear of not seeming wrong. Ultimately, we aren't conducting these experiments to embarrass those who conform, but rather to show the true extent to how conformity can govern an individual's thoughts and processes, and how it can lead to phenomena such as groupthink.
G17, second year BSc students, and I've been in these in here for 10 years when school. Any questions?
Guys, Stephen Conry, third year Psych students, and in grade 3 years.
I'm Jeff King, Furnham's G.
Hello everyone, my name is I'm G18.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, I'm the grade school social G18 doing BA law for 6 months.
And then before we get into asking you guys to record your answers in the sheets, I just want to quickly go around and ask two questions. First of all, let's do the first question first. What do you think Rhodes culture is? You can make it as simple as one word, or you can talk for 3 hours. I wanted to say drinking, but that's not the right there's no right or wrong answers.
I feel like it's a place where you only get judged for judging people.
I say it's like a small environment with a lot of temptations, but it's like up to you if you like fall into those temptations.
I just said to ignore. Yeah. And what do you know about the name change situation with UConn and Rhodes?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I just know that it didn't pass and that we actually changed the name.
Sure.
One more thing. Also, how well do you guys think you know Rhodes? I know the second and third years kind of know what's going on. There's a lot of history and little facts and stuff that you kind of know as you go. Yeah, the first years, how do you feel? Do you think you know this place well?
I definitely don't think I know it as well as anyone that's doing it wrong, but because I've gone into it digs and because I've had to learn quite quickly, I've picked up quite a lot, and also because I've done first year history there, they kind of picked up on it quite a lot at the beginning, so.
I don't know much. I know the basic main road.
Sure, that's fine. So, if everyone can have a look at their quiz booklets, basically just go through questions 1 through 12, pick true or false, whatever you feel is correct. And then for the 2 photos, we'll answer those at the end. Those will be answered. Alright, so don't worry about those for now. you guys feel like you knew most of what was going on? Most of it. Okay. Yeah. Alright. We're just going to go now around and just going to get everyone to say what answer you gave for each question, and then if you have any additional information, just throw it out. Okay, so question number 1. Rhodes University was funded by a grant from Cecil John Rhodes. True or false? True.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. Rhodes University was once known as Rhodes University College. True or false? False.
False.
False. Say true. Say true. Okay. False. Number 3. Arthur Matthews was a founding professor of Rhodes University. True.
True.
I think it's true.
True. For a period of 12 years, Rhodes University was classified as an extension of the Grahamstown military base. True.
I think I said false.
Number 5. Rhodes University was South Africa's first GD6 campus. True or false? True.
Yeah, true.
False.
True.
False.
Rhodes University was established in 1904. True.
True.
Rhodes University is the 4th smallest university in South Africa.
False. False.
False. True.
False.
Rhodes University is the highest rate of postgraduate dropouts than any other South African university. True.
Yeah, true.
I said false.
True.
False. False.
It's wrong, it was true. The Plan B polls are only available from the Sun by appointment. False.
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 True. Rhodes University is one of only 4 South African tertiary campuses with a ferry society. True.
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 True. True. Okay. For the first one over here, I'm sure most of you guys recognize that building. Before it was demolished, what was the purpose of this building? Was it the Grahamstown Psychiatric Hospital, A, B, the National Party representative offices, or C, the SADF administrative building? Luke, any first? Yeah, SADF.
Yeah, true.
SADF.
It's
Oh.
Yeah. SADF. If you look at the 4 men that are situated that are placed out in that little garage over there, basically what we want to do, and I promise I'm not going to share this with anyone, you need to point out who you think the VC of Rhodes is. If you think it's top left, top right, bottom left, or bottom right. So think about it for a second. Is it top left, top right, bottom left? Bottom left, bottom left, bottom left.
Yeah, I don't see one name.
Do you know the
Bottom left. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so this will come as a surprise to everyone who isn't in second and third year. This was not a survey for the German Parliament at all. This was a social experiment in psychology based around the topic of conformity. So what we wanted to see was whether people would mimic their answers or pretend to know something based upon previous answers given by people they see as older or in a higher year. Yeah. So for example, out of the 4 people that we chose over here, most people in the room chose the bottom left. He's actually been dead for a good couple of years. That's the VC of Rhodes over there. And when we were wondering if this was the admin offices or the SADF or whatever, that's the main building of Tux. So that's not a good example.
Did anyone change their answers from what they said out loud?
Yeah.
Did anyone
I don't remember what I wrote down.
else is wrong?
Yes, in my mind, yes.
That's leadership. And do you ever feel at points that what the crowd was saying had to be right?
No, I don't really care.
Our own experiment is based around Ash's famous experiments on conformity conducted in the mid-20th century. Conformity occurs when people yield to real or imagined social pressure. According to Gould and Furnham, in group settings, people will often act in ways that are consistent with the actions of the group, rather than maintaining an individual position that diverges from that of the group. Therefore, this theory attempts to describe and explain how people conform due to social learning, social comparison, or social influence. A lot of these relate to judging yourself to the experiences and knowledge of others, or worrying about your image. Another way of explaining it is that conformity arises in groups due to informational or normative influence. Important factors in examining and testing conformity is the size of a group and the unanimity of the group. Conformity increases with group size to a certain point. However, what's more important is unanimity of the group. Shown through Ash's experiments, even if one accomplice didn't agree with the others, conformity levels lowered. Experiments conducted around conformity lead us to think that it is always a problem within groups, while groupthink, which is a form of faulty decision-making that occurs when group members strive for unanimity and this goal overrides their motivation to realistically appraise alternative courses of action, it should be noted that if a group encourages unique expressions and thoughts, it could lead to better solutions to problems and healthier images of self through providing a safe space and community in which the individual can be themselves while still having their social need for belonging fulfilled. An experiment conducted by Newcomb in 1943 explained why politically conservative individuals became more liberal after going to college. He stated that individuals were influenced by the views of other students and staff, and noted that these views lasted decades after leaving the college. Perhaps this should be seen in a more positive light. While certainly influenced by the new in-group, maybe these students were introduced to new ideologies that allow them freer and better views of the world and themselves. This theory can explain why, in the words of Ash, reasonably intelligent and well-meaning young people are willing to call white black. It is a valuable theory in helping us examine, critique, and question what goes on in our society, as well as to explain behaviors of individuals in groups. It teaches us to remain open-minded, and to not just agree with the group and find ourselves identifying with, and to not just comply with group norms. We should challenge the group's core views and decisions.